Hello children, in this lecture we will discuss stereoisomerism. So this isomerism I have explained you already. According to definition, isomers which have same molecular and structural formula but differ in the spatial arrangement of groups or atoms are called stereoisomers. And this phenomenon is called stereoisomerism. So spatial arrangement, this is also known as configuration. Okay students, so you know that all organic compounds are covalent in nature, and that is why these all are having a specific 3D structure. So in that 3D structure, the structure will be same, but the difference in the distribution of the atoms or group in the space is known as difference in spatial arrangement. Okay students, now this stereoisomerism is of two types, geometrical and optical. So first is geometrical isomerism. Geometrical isomerism is a type of stereoisomerism in which molecule as stereoisomerism, isomers have same molecular as well as structural formula but differ only in the relative position of atoms or groups in the space. Okay, then so geometrical isomerism is due to the restricted rotation about CC double bond. So CC double bond is not showing free rotation. Okay, if you want to rotate this carbon against to this carbon, then you cannot rotate it freely. It will show restricted rotation. And instead, beside this double bond, single bond show free rotation. Okay, double bonds contains one sigma and one pi bond. The carbon atoms of CC double bond are sp2 hybridized. The sigma bond in CC double bond is surrounded by pi electrons cloud containing 2 pi electrons. If the atoms or groups attached to the double bonded carbon atoms are to rotate about it, it can be done only by breaking the pi electron cloud. Okay students, so therefore rotation about CC double bond is hindered or restricted. Organic compounds of the type YXC double bond CXY show geometrical isomerism, which is known as cis-trans isomerism, and the type of isomers are known as cis-trans isomers. So as in the cis form, cis-trans isomers, these geometrical isomers in which same group lie on the same side of the double bond are called cis isomers. Geometrical isomers in which same groups lie in opposite side of the double bond are called trans isomers. Okay, so if same groups are present in same plane, like here X axis in this plane towards this side, cis form, Y in this form, cis form. So such a structure in which same groups are present in same side, cis form, and same groups are present in opposite side of the double bond, trans form. So the stereoisomers of this type are called geometrical isomers. The isomers A in which both X or both Y lie in the same side, where in trans form these are present in opposite side. Next is conditions for geometrical isomerism. Now these points are very important. According to the first point, it must have at least one CC double bond. So geometrical isomerism is the phenomenon shown by alkenes only. Then second point, the two atoms groups attached to each carbon atom of CC double bond must be different. This is second very important point. first that related molecules should have CC double bond, and in second the doubly bonded carbon atom should be attached with different groups. Okay, if compound is of such type or such type or such type or such type, okay, do not show geometrical isomerism. So in the first type this C is attached with 2X, in the second type this C is attached with 2Y, in this A2 are there, and in this X2 and Y2. So such compounds will not show geometrical isomerism. Okay students, because such compounds we cannot create cis and transform with these type of compounds. So next is properties of geometrical isomers. So due to different arrangement of atoms, these geometrical isomers show following properties. First, melting point. So in general, trans isomers is higher melting point than the cis form. Why? Because in transform is more symmetrical, and that is why it packed well in crystalline lattice, and so with higher melting point. Next, boiling point. It's depend upon dipole moment, and transforms are having less dipole moment than cis form. So the boiling point of cis form will be higher than the transform. Then dipole moment, cis form will have higher dipole moment than the transform. Okay students. Then solubility, due to the more polarity in cis form will be highly soluble in solvent or water than the transform. Okay students, the solubility of the particular organic compound, particular geometrical isomer will also depend upon its geometrical isomerism. So cis form will be more soluble than the transform. Then next heading, optical isomerism. So it is important to know that in SN2 reaction inversion takes place, whereas in SN1 reaction racemization occurs. So these lines are not so important for you because you don't know these two terms here now. So but you can keep in your mind, we will discuss it later on. SN2 reaction inversion is there, SN1 reaction racemization is there. Okay students. Then first definition in optical isomerism is plane polarized light. Plane polarized light. So as you can see from here that a normal light can ray of ordinary light coming out from a source vibrate in all possible directions perpendicular to the direction of propagation, as you can see here. This is a normal or simple light which can be vibrate in all possible direction, and when this such type of light is passed through a Nicol prism, then it can vibrate in one particular direction only. Okay students, so such light which can vibrate in one direction only is known as plane polarized light or monochromatic light. Okay students, so such type of light, plane polarized light, is used here in the discussion of optical isomerism. Plane polarized light. Okay, so the plane of polarized light is called plane of polarization. The process of conversion of ordinary light into plane polarized light is called polarization, and the Nicol prism used is known as polarizer. Okay, the next heading is optical activity. So some of the substances which rotate the plane of polarized light or monopolar light are called optically active compounds or substances, and this phenomenon is called as optical activity. Okay students, optical activity. The next is specific rotation. So only definition is there. Specific rotation. Specific rotation is the rotation produced by a solution of length of 10 centimeter or 1 decimeter and unit concentration for the given wavelength of light at the given temperature. This is the definition of specific rotation. Next is cause of optical activity. Important heading, cause of optical activity. So compounds such as potassium chlorate, potassium borate are optically active in solid state due to their crystalline structure, a specific crystalline structure. But Biot observed that compounds such as glucose, fructose, tartaric acid, etc. are optically active in solid, liquid or gaseous state. Okay students, and he found that all these compounds contain at least one asymmetric carbon atom or stereocenter. So what is the meaning of asymmetric carbon atom? Such carbon atom in any compound in which all 4 valencies of carbon are satisfied by different groups or atoms. As you can see here, carbon with 4 valencies and all these groups are different, A, B, X, Y. So such carbon will be known as asymmetric carbon. And also chiral carbon. Okay students, asymmetric carbon, stereocenter or chiral carbon. And the compounds which are having such type of carbon are known as asymmetric molecule, as you can see here. So it is a asymmetric molecule because the central carbon atom with 4 valencies are satisfied with the different atoms or groups. So this is bromochloroiodomethane. Asymmetric carbon, all 4 valencies are satisfied by different atoms or groups. Okay students, so this is the asymmetric center of this molecule, and the molecule is asymmetric molecule. The next is cause of optical activity. An optically active compound always exists in 2 or more different forms. Out of these different forms, some forms may be optically inactive also. Such forms contain asymmetric carbon atom, but even they are optically inactive. So asymmetric carbon atom is there, but compounds as whole is optically inactive. It means the presence of asymmetric carbon atom is not the sufficient condition to make the molecule optically active. For a compound to be optically active, the whole molecule should be asymmetric, okay, or chiral molecule. So asymmetry in the molecule we can show in with the following 2 terms. It should has no plane of symmetry. As you can see here, this particular molecule can be divided into similar parts. So this line is plane of symmetry. With the help of this line, we can divide it into symmetrical part. So if this plane of symmetry will be present in the molecule, then it will not show optical isomerism, or it will not be optically active. Then the molecule does not superimpose on its mirror image. Okay, so molecule should be of such type that it cannot superimpose to its mirror image. Okay, so as you can see here that optical isomers are having a relation between them as object and its mirror image. Okay, so you know that this palm cannot superimpose to this part. Okay, so non-superimposable relation is there. So these two will be optically active, but these are superimposable with each other. So these type of substances which are superimposable cannot be optically active in chemistry, and this here, these two teddy bears are there. These are optically active because non-superimposable due to difference in the structure. So non-superimposable. Okay. Then next heading is optical isomerism. So an optically active substance always exists in two or more different forms. These forms have same structural formula, physical and chemical properties. These forms differ in their optical rotation towards the plane polarized light. So optical isomers are the isomers which are optically active, first thing. Second thing, they are having same physical and chemical properties except one physical property. They are having difference in one physical property, and what is that physical property? That is difference in the rotation of plane polarized light. Okay students, so such forms of compounds are known as optical isomers, and this phenomenon is called as optical isomerism. So if an organic compound contains only asymmetric carbon atom, only one asymmetric carbon atom, it is definitely optically active. Chiral molecule and exists in two forms, plus and minus. The plus and minus forms are called optical isomers. Okay students, the plus form is also known as dextroform, DEXTRO, dextroform, and L form is also known as levoform, levoform, LAEVO, levoform. Okay, so plus form, dextroform, levoform, or plus form is also shown as small d with the help of letter small d and small l. Levoform is small l. Okay students, so such type of isomers will have a relation of object and mirror image, means they will not superimposable, and that is why they will be known as enantiomers. Okay, optical isomers which are not mirror image of each other are called diastereomers. D or plus form, dextro or plus form, these optical isomers rotates the plane of polarized light towards right hand side, dextro rotatory, and L form or minus form of levoform rotates monopolar light towards left hand side and called as levo, LAEVO, levo rotatory or levoform. Okay, then optical isomerism, example in lactic acid. So as you can see here, these are the two forms of lactic acid, OH this side, OH to this side. This form is known as dextrorotatory or D form or plus form. This is known as L form, levorotatory or minus form. So this can rotate monopolar light to this direction towards right hand side. It can rotate towards the left hand side, and these two are having a relation between them as object and mirror image, means not superimposable. Okay students, so these two isomers of lactic acids are enantiomers. The next heading is racemic mixture. So such mixture which containing equal amount of D and L form, D and L form of any compound, okay, for example of lactic acid, is called racemic mixture because it will not rotate monopolar light to any direction. Why? Because the light which is rotated towards left hand side will be cancelled by the other form of the enantiomers. Okay, so such mixtures which are made up of two different optically active enantiomers with equal amount are known as racemic mixture, and this racemic mixture will be optically inactive. So these are represented as DL form or plus minus form. Okay students, then mesoforms or mesotartaric acid. So it is optically inactive and has plane of symmetry. Okay, so as you can see here in this tartaric acid mesoform, so tartaric acid is showing these three types of optical isomers. So these out of these two are enantiomers and this third is mesoform. Okay, so enantiomers are D form and L form, but in this form mesoform it is having two asymmetric carbon but also plane of symmetry. Okay students, so due to the presence of this plane of symmetry, the rotation which is exerted by this part will be cancelled by this part. Okay, so overall this structure will be optically inactive. And one point more, the rotation of this part of the compound is cancelled by the rotation of this part of the compound. Okay, so the rotation and cancellation is taking place within the same molecule. So such type of cancellation of rotation is known as internal compensation. So mesoform of tartaric acid is showing internal compensation. Okay students, internal compensation. And in racemic form or in racemic mixture, where two optically active compounds D and L form are present in equal amount and overall they are optically inactive, so this is known as external compensation, because two different forms are present but are optically inactive. Okay, so external compensation, and the mixture is known as racemic mixture, and the formation of racemic mixture reaction is known as racemization. Okay students, racemization. Then more few points are there. This is very important terms, retention, inversion and racemization. So retention, as you can see from here, this is the parent compound and which is optically active also. This is optically active also, parent compound and optically active, and after a reaction this compound converted in this form. So as you can see from this conversion, the configuration of the valencies, the distribution of the atoms or groups which was present in this side are turned here to opposite side. Okay, from this side to this side. So this is known as inversion. So when configuration of the product molecule is just opposite to the reactant or base molecule, then such conversion is known as inversion. And formation inversion, conversion reaction is known as inversion, and the form is known as inverted form. So this is inverted form, and the formation of inverted form is known as inversion. Okay, and in the second way, this is the parent molecule or base molecule, and after reaction it is converted in the form of molecule which is having same configuration as present in parent molecule. Okay, so due to the similarity in configuration, this will be known as retained form, and the formation of retained form is known as retention. Formation of retained form is known as retention. Okay students, retained form, retention. Okay, and if such mixture is formed where inverted form and retained form are present in equal amount, inverted form and retained form, which are optically active structures and their rotation is opposite to each other. So if such mixture is formed where inverted and retained form are present in equal amount, so that mixture will be known as a racemic mixture, and the formation of this racemic mixture will be known as a racemization. Okay students, so this was optical isomerism. Thank you very much.